I'm Catherine, 28, standing in my once familiar living room, now empty and echoing. I'm overwhelmed by a mix of anger and disbelief. The silence is deafening, and the only sound is the pounding of my heart. The walls, once filled with family memories, now stand bare, like a canvas wiped clean of its story. It all started a few months ago when I was at my lowest. I'd just broken up with my boyfriend, Jake, after a 4-year relationship. He kicked me out of our apartment, leaving me with nowhere to go. I was sleeping in my old Honda, saving every penny for a new place to call home. I was determined to rebuild my life from the ground up. Then, one fateful night at 3 a.m., my mom, Linda, called me sobbing. "We're about to lose the house, Catherine," she wailed. "Your father, Richard, made some reckless investments in the stock market. We're in debt up to our necks, $350,000 to be exact." The news hit me like a ton of bricks. This was my childhood home, the place where I'd learned to ride a bike in the driveway, and where my dad had taught me to bake cookies in the kitchen. I asked about the inheritance from my grandmother. There was supposed to be a substantial sum split between me and my younger brother, Ethan. But Mom's silence said it all. "It's gone, Catherine. Ethan used it to start a failed tech startup," she whispered. Despite the anger boiling inside me, I couldn't let them lose the house. "I'll help," I promised, not knowing the nightmare that awaited me. I started working double shifts at St. Mary's Hospital, where I'm a nurse. I maxed out my credit cards, canceled my gym membership, and ate instant noodles for dinner almost every night. Meanwhile, my parents' Instagram was filled with pictures of them on fancy vacations and dining at expensive restaurants. They hosted a big dinner to thank me, but all they talked about was Ethan's new business idea, as if his first failure never happened. That's when I realized they were taking me for granted. I'd given up everything to save them, and they acted like they'd done it all themselves. That night, I did some research on homeownership rights and found a loophole. I asked my parents to sign some refinancing paperwork, which was actually a quick claim deed transferring the house to my name. Mom looked a bit hesitant but signed it after I told her it was just for tax purposes. Fast forward to today. I came home from a 14-hour shift at the hospital, exhausted and looking forward to a hot shower. But when I pulled into the driveway, something felt off. The curtains were gone, and the house looked eerily quiet. I walked inside, and my worst fears were confirmed. The house was empty, and there was a note on the floor. "Thanks for the help, sucker. We're moving to Florida with Ethan. Don't bother calling," it read, in Mom's hasty handwriting. As if that wasn't enough, I got a message from a realtor saying that my house had been successfully listed for sale, and they expected to close the deal in 25 days. I felt like the ground had been pulled out from under me. They'd not only abandoned me, but also tried to sell my house out from under me. My phone buzzed with a text from Ethan's girlfriend, Lily. "Is it true you're homeless now? Ethan says you're overreacting," it read. Before I could respond, another text came in from my friend, Sarah, a fellow nurse at the hospital. "Heard what happened. You can stay with me as long as you need," it said. Her kindness brought tears to my eyes. Just then, there was a knock on the door. It was Mrs. Thompson, my elderly neighbor. She handed me a box and said, "I saw them loading up the truck last night. They told everyone you were okay with the sale and moving with them." I knew something wasn't right. Inside the box were all our family photos that Ethan had thrown into a dumpster. The realtor called me later to verify some details about the sale. I calmly told her that the house was legally mine, thanks to the quick claim deed. She was surprised but said they'd have to put the sale on hold until they sorted things out. My parents started calling and texting me, angry and demanding that I not mess up their plans. They said I owed them for everything they'd done for me, but I was done being their doormat. I stood my ground and told them the house was mine, and they had no right to sell it. Over the next few weeks, they tried to turn the family against me. They posted on social media about how ungrateful I was and how I was ruining the family. But I didn't let their words get to me. I reached out to a lawyer, and he assured me that the quitclaim deed was valid. A month later, I went to the title office to finalize the ownership of the house. My parents were there trying to cause a scene. But the title officer showed them the paperwork and explained that the house was legally mine. My dad tried to argue, but there was nothing he could do. As I walked out of the title office, I felt a sense of relief and empowerment. I'd fought for what was mine, and I'd won. The house was now truly mine, and I was ready to start a new chapter in my life. Looking back, I realized that sometimes the people you love the most can hurt you the deepest. But I also learned that I'm stronger than I thought. I've surrounded myself with a new family of friends and neighbors who support me. And I'm determined to make this house a home filled with love and happiness on my own terms.